everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris. You've reached ChrisLuvsLux, and today we're here to talk about Wayne Goss, specifically his new brush set, which I have right here. I know they came out at least 3 weeks ago, and I should have had this video out, but you guys know I have been dropping video after video about other things, and this was in the rotation. But we're here to talk about them. You see they're dirty because I'm using them for the first time in this video, right? So we're going to talk about each and every brush, its performance, and whether or not they are worth it. You guys know how I am. I give it to you real, honest, raw, uncut. If you want to know whether or not this is worth the $255 that the set costs, I need you to keep on watching. If you are new here, thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoy the video. If you do, don't forget to hit the like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Click that notification bell so that every time I upload, you are notified. With all that being said, let me be quiet because we got some work to do. Let's see how I got this look using the Wayne Goss brushes. I'll see you at the end. All right, everybody, we here to talk about these Wayne Goss brushes. Now, these right here, the new ones. Now, I've had them since it dropped. I've washed them and put them away and did not pick them back up. Honestly, I just didn't know specific reason. It's not that I didn't like them when I got them. I haven't even tried them. All I did was wash them. But I am eager to try them to see how my makeup application actually, how much it improves, if at all, my makeup application. I know that there's a lot of influencers that like them, etc. I'm probably going to be one of those influencers, but still I want to try the brushes and see how I feel. This one is the 01. It could be a powder brush. Even though I like my powder brushes to be a little more fluffy and big, like my La Mer brush, or like I have this Sephora 50 brush. I tend not to use brushes that are this small for powder, but maybe powdering the under eye, right? Or using it for my powder bronzer or even blush. So I think what I'm going to be using this for today is for my bronzer and my blush. Then we have the 02 brush, right? And the thing about these Wayne Goss brushes is they can be used for multiple purposes. He said you can use this for cream or powder cream or powder foundation. You can also use this fits my face very well for bronzer. You can do blush. You can't do powder because it's just not shaped right, because you see it's the way it's shaped. The ferrule, it doesn't pinch as much as other brushes you may have in your arsenal, but this could be a foundation brush. I tend to like my foundation brushes to be denser, like my favorite one of all, which is this very cheap, not cheap in quality, but cheap in price, Sephora brush. It's like $16. I have like 5 of them because I like the way it applies my foundation. But we're gonna try this today, and we're gonna try it. I'm not gonna use a heavy foundation. We're gonna try it with the new foundation that I hold a long time ago and haven't used yet, which is the Lancome Skin Feels So Good. It's a skin tint. So we're gonna use that with that. So there's some new makeup that I have not tried that has been sitting here. So we're going to use that, and we're going to use these brushes. So then we have the 03 brush, which I am definitely feeling as under eye powder. Look how the tip, y'all see that, can fit right under my eye and really powder my concealer. Right, so I think I'm going to be using this for that reason, and then I'll go back and use it to apply my highlight. So I love the shape of this for my under eye. Then we have the 04 brush, and this brush could also be used for the same reason. It also could be used for the hooded eye person, right? Well, actually anybody, but for me and my hooded eyes, I could definitely create a crease with this brush, right? I can also do it with the 05 and get a more precise crease. Then we can do some detail work with the 06 and the 07. Look at those. This pencil would be perfect for my inner corner. If I wanted to take an eye kohl and blend it out, that's the 07. The 06 could be precision work as well, right? Even outer corner precision if you wanted to. So we're gonna play with that. But my face is already primed. The eyes are primed. Everything is primed. We're gonna start with the eyes first. You know how I am, and work my way into the base. So we're gonna be starting with these brushes first. And I pulled out my 10 pan Natasha Denona palette that I purchased and have not used, right? But I'm loving the colors. None of them, we're going to use this one because that's the closest to my outfit without clashing everything, because I do have to go out today. So we're going to just go in. I am going to pick up the 04 brush, and what I'm going to do is, I'm trying to see which one I'm going to use as a transition, and actually I am going to go in with this shade right here. See how it picks it up. Excuse me. Okay, and we're going to just blend that in. See how I feel about this. The pointedness of this brush allows for you to really target an area. You see that, guys? Right? So when I compare this to one of my favorite crease brushes, right? This is normally what you see me use, the Sonia G Detail Pro. But look at the difference in the Detail Pro and the Wayne Goss, right? It's the pointed tip. So one of the challenges I have with the Detail Pro is when it splays out, I might not get the preciseness that I want in the crease, which means then I have to go in with my classic crease, which is this one that is smaller, to make sure that I don't pull my shadow too far up into my brow bone. Does that make sense? So I do like the fact that this is pointed like this, because it does allow for a more precise placement of the product. And honestly, it is blending the shadow out very good. Look, I'm just straight doing windshield wiper motions. You know, it's really not many harsh lines I have to worry about using this. Like, look, it was that simple. Okay, and I'm still using a little bit of the product that's on there. I barely tapped into the shade, and this is what I'm getting, right? So that's not bad. And then I can switch to, this was the 04. Yes, that's the 04. The 05, which is one up, could be used just to blend out, make sure there is no harsh lines. I didn't put any product on here. I'm just literally just blending it out, right? And just leave that like that. I'm going back with the 04, going back into the color, picking up some more, and we're gonna do the same thing on this side. Make sure I pick product up. And all I'm doing, as you could tell, is just going back and forth. This makes it a lot easier for me because it's literally in my eye socket, if you can tell. And I'm just going back and forth, just like that. It's gonna pick up a little more. It's hard to tell if I did. Let's see. So as you can tell, I'm going back in with the 05. Again, there's no product on this brush. I just want to make sure that I don't have any lines. So I'm just going to blend out what I already did. Okay. And that's the one shade so far. Okay. This is the one shade. So now I am actually, when I look at these brushes, right, I don't see one that I can actually use as a lid shade. I'm gonna be to apply a lid shade. I mean, because otherwise it's just too small for my eyes. You could probably go like this and do it, but you guys know I generally use my finger for lid shades regardless. So I'm going to just go into this one here. Look at that. Okay, and just put it on there. That's a pretty shade. You guys already know, most of you, how Natasha Denona's shadows perform, right? And she tends to apply lid shades with her finger as well when it comes to using her shadows. They just perform, and I use most of what was on my finger. Look at that. They perform. It's like butter on your eyes. I'm taking the 05 again, right, which only has residual of what I blended, and I'm just going to blend some more. And it's very targeted in my blending. It does with the point. Look, you're not getting anything more than what you need to blend. You're not moving the product, which you can do if you're using other brushes. I love this brush, don't get me wrong, but it does cause an issue because look, now it's hard. If I come down here, I'm moving what's on my lid. Up here, I'm bringing it sometimes too far up. So this gives me a more targeted approach to my blending, right? Now, take that same shade, move it to this eye. Nothing really replaces application lid shade with your finger for Natasha Denona products. It just, not for lid shades. So now, same brush, we'll target right here. Make sure I blend it. This is just a little. Okay. Now, just trying to make sure it's even. What I can do with the 06 is make sure that I get it blended in this corners, because it's always the corners, especially when you have apply with your fingers and you have nails like me that you can't get into, right? That sometimes you need a little help blending it inside of this section of your eye. Okay, now it's time, and I was clean, and now you see all I did was blend it out. I cleaned it on my microfiber towel. Now it's time for the corner eye work. And think I'm going to, let me just see. Yeah, we're going to use this one. This is somewhat precise. 06. This is a precise brush, right? It's nice, it's small. I'm going to go into this smoky gray right here. It picks up the product well. And we're just going to, we're going to pat that in. See if it can be a packer brush. Can it pack it on? Or is this not something we would use to pack it on? Let's see. Because it definitely can shape the outer corner. But if you're trying to pack it on, you're going to have to lay it flat. It worked. It works, y'all. Yes, it's a little different. But what it's doing though is that it's making sure that I don't go anywhere higher than what I need to. And if I wanted to bring it into the crease, I could. And honestly, I think I'm good with that eye. Dip it back in, go right here, and I can go like this and make sure that I've carved out or marked off where I wanted to stop, and then blend it up. You can do it that way to make your outer V. Look at that. Because I went like this, and then all I did was push it up. It's another way you can use it. So this is definitely, it definitely can work it out as a outer corner shader. Look at that. That was actually a better and easier application than this one. Just by going like this, and instead of patting it in, going like this, marking your line, and then going like this. And then taking the excess, and you can just bring it into your crease as well. And just do want to pull it over just a little bit more, blend it in, and then I'm going to just want to blend it in up here as well. I'm going back to the 05, and that's for the final blending of this eye look for now, till I go to the lower lash line in the inner corner, which you guys know I don't do to the end. So right now what we're doing, we're blending and making sure I don't look crazy. I've got something hanging on my eye. I do see some harsh lines right here, so I'm gonna go back into my transition shade that I use. I just want to close that off a little bit, okay? I think I'm gonna put some brow bone highlight up in here. Normally you guys don't see me do that, right? You don't normally see me do brow bone highlight, but today I am. Oops, I'm shaking the table. And what I'm gonna do for the brow bone highlight is I am going to use the 07, that nice pencil. And I'm gonna go in with this shade right here, which I just pulled too much of, and we're just going to put that all in there, carve all this out. Put way too much on that one. All right, let's even this out here. We just gonna highlight the whole thing. There we go. Not bad. Not a bad look. I do see some right here. There you go. Because I went like this, that one actually looks a lot more neater than this side. And I know this video is going to be long, y'all, because we're already 20 minutes in. Let's get to the rest of the look. Okay, so before we do that, just need to clean off my under eye, because I do okay. Now let's get into this foundation. This skin tint. This is it. Skin feels so good. Skin tint. This is the color 8N, if I'm not mistaken. Where's the color at? Yes, 8N Honey. Right, so hopefully this is a shade match for me. You can tell. All right, let's just do that first. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip this brush in there. Just going to straight dip it. Looks like it's a good match. Oh, it has a little bit of a scent to it too. Nothing strong. But remember, this is a skin tint, so it's not supposed to be. This is shedding. Look. And all I did was wash it. I haven't even used it yet. So it happens with all my natural hair brushes. It gets a little, it starts to shed when I first use it. This is a perfect match on my out a little more. This, so you can see the product does soak into the brush, right? I mean, it happens. It's a liquid product, and this is, if I'm not mistaken, a natural hair brush. It's not even mixed with synthetic. This is really shedding. I have more shedding. Okay. So I don't know why it's shedding like that. I really don't like using natural hair brushes for my foundation, my liquid foundations, because it's natural hair and I always get scared. But look at the blend. It's not bad. This is not a high coverage foundation. So my little friends that are showing up, like that one, they're there. Let's see what happens if how clean does the brush get? What I'm doing is I'm wiping the brush on my microfiber towel, trying to see how clean can I get. And it does, it cleans, but it also sheds. Look at that. Here's another one. Look. that I have a problem with, but that's probably something I did myself. But it does get cleaner, right? So yeah, look, here's more. Maybe I'm being too rough. I mean, this literally is the first time that I've used it, but it seems like there is something coming, like it's coming out of the barrel already. And when I dry my brushes, I dry them upside down so that the water does not stay in the ferrule and cause the glue to loosen it up. This could just be normal shedding because it's the first time that I'm using it, but I have at least 6-7 strands of hair from the brush, and this is the first time I'm using it, right? So I will put that out there. All right, let's do this under eye real quick. So I am not going to use any of these products for my under eye. Ooh, any of the brushes for my under eye. I'm going to use my normal. Yeah, it's right there. I'm going to use my normal way of my I'm for lost from words, y'all. My beauty blender to blend out my concealer today. And just sprayed it with some water. Make sure it's nice and damp. And I am going to I don't know why this feels dried out. Did I have it off and didn't realize it? I don't know. Oop. I went a little too high on my corner. I'm gonna have to fix that. I'm just gonna put the excess up here. I'm not gonna actually add, because this is just a skin tint. I'm not gonna actually add any extra product, and it was enough in there. You can see that I didn't need any extra concealer. So for under eye powder, we are going to use my Gucci today. I'm trying to get more use out of different powders instead of keep going to the same ones. So I said I was going to use the 03 for my under eye. So let's get into this. It did pick it up, and we're going to make sure we get that tip so it gets to my under eye. Now let's see if you can tell the difference. It is pulling up my concealer a little bit, but that could just be me and how I applied it. So I'm just doing this side, powder side, non-powder side. And I recognize this is not brightening. The color of the powder itself is not going to brighten my under eye, but I'm doing that on purpose today. I don't want it brightened. But powder, no powder. Okay. And then let me know in the comments if you could see a difference. But I just want to show y'all, it's a lot of my product coming out, or my under eye product coming out on this brush. So I'm going to pat and not rub, because I think that's my problem. Yeah, look y'all. See if I can get some of it off. Yeah, it pulled up. It did pull up the product a lot. So I'm gonna go in with and just because I needed to blend into my skin, y'all. I don't think I like that for powdering, because it seemed like it lifted it up a little bit. It doesn't have dropping things. I use this a lot, and it doesn't move. And this is a synthetic Sephora brush, and I can go in. It picks the product up, and then you're gonna see. Even if I went like this, it doesn't pull product like that. It's still product. The powder product is left, but it doesn't pull my actual concealer up, right? So I'm just gonna, yeah. I like this brush better for the powder application. I cannot lie. I like that better. So for this brush, I'm going to go in and I'm going to use this brush for my highlight. I think this is just going to be better for that, because the under eye thing, it didn't work too good. It did not work too good. Okay. All right. So let's get into this bronzer. For the bronzer, just so you guys know, I do have the Victoria Beckham bronzer. That's this one here, right here. I did not do a review on it because I've been waiting for a replacement, because my compact doesn't close. It came like this, and I think multiple people had this problem with this product, right? So I have not received. It's been a month since they said they want to send me one, and I mean, I have to see. Look at that. What kind of nonsense is that for the price of this product? But anyway, I have not used it yet. This is the 04, which is the second to darkest shade, but we're going to use it today anyway. And what I told you guys was I was going to go back in with this brush that I put my foundation on, because it does fit perfect for me to contour, right? So I'm going to go on with the darker shade first. It did pick up a lot of product, so I'm going to take some of that off. This will really be a great bronzer brush. Look at that. You see how precise my placement is? This would really be a great bronzer brush. More than an actual foundation brush. You see how simple that was? I'm gonna go back in again. I wish it closed, because it doesn't, but that darker shade is giving me a nice little warmness, bronziness to my skin. It's not cool tone, as you could tell. So contour, it's only if you prefer cool, warm tone contour, right? This is definitely a bronze shade. This other color is more cool tone, right? But honestly, not my shade. So I'm gonna go in with the 01. See what happens when I go over the darker one with the lighter one. It's really nothing, but we're gonna do this with it. Doesn't really do anything. I have to work with this product a little more. But look, definitely picks up product, I'll tell you that. I just want to blend this out a little bit before I go in with a blush. Could I use this for powder all over my face? Absolutely. So actually what I'm going to do, I had to clean that off, is I can use this Gucci same shade all over my face, which is what I should have did. But I wanted to see how that bronzer was going to stick to the foundation. So I'm actually only going to set the rest. Just set it lightly. Didn't need a lot. This is shedding too. I just want to show you guys. See it sticking out? And there's a couple pieces on my face, like right here. There's another one. I don't know why this is shedding like this. You guys tell me in the comments what you think happened, because I need to know. What do you think happened? The reason why these are shedding the way they are, right? I didn't anticipate it shedding so quickly. But it could just be because they're new and they need to be used a little more, washed a little more. I don't know. All right, let's work out this lower lash line. So what I am going to use for the lower lash line is a Wayne Goss eye kohl in the color Obsidian, right, which is a black, right? And I'm just gonna quickly, I'm not precise with it because you guys know I'm gonna blend it out. I don't have to be super precise. And what I'm gonna do is we're going with the 07. Is this the one I want to use? Yes. And I'm going to use the 07. To blend the eye kohl out. Oh, that blended it out perfectly. Look at that. Wow. And then I can blend it up. That blended it out really well. All right, let's. Look how perfect that is for blending the lower lash line. Because it's pointed, it's not poking you in the eye. You know what I mean? And it's pointed, but it's still soft. Soft but dense, if that makes any sense. So you don't have to worry about okay, so now I'm wiping it off on my microfiber to get the excess off. And now we need to put something in my outer corner. So for my outer corner, because I want something bright, I'm going to use this color right here. I picked up a lot of product, so we're going to go ahead. Oh, that it looks white. Should have swatched it because it's going on. It's actually going on gold because it has a gold reflect, which is quite okay considering I have gold accessories on today. Wrong color. Gold accessories on today. So I'm actually going to pull this in a little bit up here. Okay. Not bad. Wow, did I almost forget about a blush, y'all? Y'all know I have to go pull out a pat blush because, you know, I'm obsessed right now. I just pulled any kind of, oh, I pulled Desert Orchid out, which happens to be the perfect blush shade for this look because I don't need my cheeks overpowering anything today. So I did clean this off as much as I can. Let's see. Oh, it picked up a lot of product. So let's just pounce this product on. And put some Desert Orchid on. Look at that. All right, I gotta do my eyes, my eyelashes, and I'll be back with the lip. I'm back. Here is the final look. The lashes tried to play me, but your girl is here, right? This is the final look. I do like the final look. Just to let you know what's on my lips, I have the Pat McGrath Ground Control lip liner. You guys already know how I roll. I put the Divine Nude liquid lip on, and then covered it with the Earth Angel lip gloss. Just to let you know, the lip gloss is not part of the sale. So I know it's heartbreaking, but it's not part of the sale. But what we're here to talk about is these brushes. What are my final thoughts about these brushes? Now, I'm going to tell you, in my opinion, the best part about these brushes is the eye brushes. If he were to sell these as singles, I would definitely go buy these 4 again, right? Especially these 3. And that's because this is really for detailed work, and all I would really use this for is under the eye. So I would buy 1 extra of these, but I would buy 2 extra of each of these, right? I really enjoyed how it blended it out, and it is a hooded eye girl boy dream, right? Is to get these pointed beauties into there and draw your creases out. We got to do things a lot different in the hooded eye life, right? So I definitely think these are worth it. These 3 right here, I could take or leave. First of all, the shedding is real. None of the eye brushes shedded, right? None of the, and I wash all my brushes the same. None of them shedded. These did. They shedded like crazy. I have at least 10 hairs, if not more, on my vanity right now, and I'm not sure why. You can leave me a message down below, Wayne, if you're watching. Let me know what I did wrong, you know, because they're shedding, and I'm concerned about that. This brush I use for foundation, and I use it for the bronzer. I preferred and really like the bronzer application. I'm not going to use this for my foundation though, right? I prefer a denser brush. That's just me personally, but it did blend out my skin tint with no problem at all, okay? This one, it applied my blush perfectly, but do I need this brush? No, it's in the set, so I'm okay with having it. Will I gravitate to using this beyond some of my other brushes? No. I prefer the Sonia G cheek brushes better than this one, personal opinion. This I just use as I just use it as a highlighter to apply my highlight. Say hello to the highlight. And that's the Pat McGrath highlight, by the way, the new one. This is a perfect highlighter brush for me because the way that it tapers right here, you just put the highlight right there in this better placement. But it didn't shed as much. It's got a little something going on here, but that's just general. That's just how the brushes lay. When I use this for the powder under my eye, it moved the product. It moved the concealer. So I wouldn't use this to powder my under eye. Not if you have a full coverage concealer on. It didn't cake it up anything, but it moved it because it was a ton of the product on my brush. So I think this is better use as a highlighter, or even if you wanted a detailed, and your face is smaller than mine, you could use it for something else. I'm going to stick to highlight. I'm really hoping he sells these as singles, right? If he sells these separately, I will be the first in line for the eye part of the brushes. Now, let's talk price. $255 is not bad for 7 brushes, okay? Sonia G's eye set is like 1 something for what, 4 or 5 brushes. You know, you get a good quality brush for the $255. Beyond the shedding, I'm not mad that this was part of the set. It's not my favorite. It's $20 a brush, give or take, right? No, it's $40 a brush. What kind of math am I doing? It's on par with other luxury brands that have Fude brushes, right? So I think it's reasonably priced. I just want him to sell them separately so that I can get more of these. Anyway, that's my opinion. Let me know down in the comments if you have the brushes. What's your opinion? How are you enjoying them? Let me know also down in the comments whether or not you intend on getting them, or if you are going to wait to see if he sells them as singles. All right, with all that being said, if you like the video, don't forget to like the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget also, if you're new here, if you're not new here, but you like the content, just subscribe to the channel. Don't be afraid of the commitment. Trust me, we have fun over here at ChrisLuvsLux. So hit that subscriber button. Don't forget to click the notification bell. But the most important thing is, I want everyone to stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned. And I'm gonna see you in the next video. Bye, guys.